A former bank on Denny Way, but not its site, retains its status as a Seattle landmark. Can a Seattle landmark lose its protection? It can if the Seattle City Council overrules its Landmarks Preservation Board. In the 50-year history of the city's landmark program, the council rarely has approved such a reversal, but it almost did so last January before a compromise saved a building but not its surrounding site. The site at 566 Denny Way is known mostly for its notable neighbors, the Space Needle, the monorail, the KOMO TV complex, the Chief Seattle statue, Denny Park, the city's first, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, and the gaggle of South Lake Union mid- and high-rises informally known as Amazonia. Since 2009, the site has operated as a Walgreens, but it took shape in 1950 as a Seattle First National Bank branch, among the firm's customer-friendly banks built after World War II. The building, with its gently concave roof, stone logo plaques, and brick-faced and limestone entries, augmented by a curved drive-through lane, parking lot, and prominent identifying brick pillar, embodied design known today as mid-century modern. It also brought stature north of downtown to a district of wood frame houses leveled in 1928 to 1930 during the final phase of the hill sluicing Denny regrade project. Today, it bears unfortunate earmarks of decline, persistent graffiti, and a closed front entrance to deter theft. But in 2006, the Landmarks Preservation Board designated the building exterior and site a landmark for its design, architects, Lister Holmes, John Mahoney, and contribution to neighborhood identity. Last year, the building and site faced the final step in the landmark process, specific controls agreed to by Walgreens and the Landmarks Board and staff headed to the City Council, which routinely okays such negotiated agreements. Not this time, however. Backed by urbanist housing advocates, a council committee voted 4-0 on December 9th against landmark controls for the building and site. Led by Chair Tamia Morales, committee members said preserving a one-floor, auto-centric building and parking lot in a dense neighborhood doesn't make sense amid a citywide housing crisis. Heritage advocates disagreed. They also said the committee vote threatened the Landmark Board's autonomy and expertise. Their lobbying produced a compromise. On January 10th, the full council voted 9-0 to protect the ex-bank building, but open the rest of the site to development. No plan to develop the site has surfaced. The debate spotlighted the council's desire to foster affordable housing despite its inability to compel property owners to build it. In addition, it addressed transfers of development rights, and it refocused attention on which landmarks are worth saving, especially those that express the city's more recent history of change. Discussion surely will continue. In our first then photo, this view looks northwest from 6th Avenue across Denny Way at the new Seattle First National Bank branch on October 10, 1950. At right, the top of its identifying pillar is barely visible. In our second then photo, a promotional postcard from 1950 touts the modern aspects of the then new Denny branch of Seattle First National Bank. The firm later became subsumed within Bank of America. In our third then photo, we see the back of the 1950 promotional postcard. Today, the Space Needle peaks above cars and walkers breezing by the former bank building at 566 Denny Way, converted in 2009 to a Walgreens. Heritage advocates note that the building is one of about 450 official Seattle landmarks, representing just 0.5% of all city parcels. Also today, the site's identifying pillar dominates this south-facing view of the former bank's backside, which provides the only customer entrance to this Walgreens, given closure of its front doors. The pillar, drive-through, and parking lot are now unprotected by recently enacted landmark controls.